What if being rejected becomes your personality? What if you already believe you don't deserve attention? When attention becomes survival, you start negotiating away yourself, pretending to be okay just to stay wanted. Eventually, you stop asking, "Do they like me?" and start asking, "Who do I need to become so they won't leave?" Because the fear of rejection doesn't just change your behavior, it changes your expectations, and modern culture rewards it. This is the oldest wound, and now with Wi-Fi connection. You are Cassie Howard, and without attention, you don't feel if you are real. You need people to see you. You settle for being looked at, not sometimes, always. Like oxygen, like proof. You grew up in a house where love came and went. Your dad left. Your mom stayed, but wasn't really there. And you learn something early. When you are pretty, people pay attention. When people pay attention, you feel real. So you became very, very good at being pretty. The hair, the clothes, the smile that fills the room. It's not confidence, it's a question that looks like one. Someone looks at you in the hallway, and for a few seconds, everything is okay. You are here, you exist, you matter. A few seconds, then it is gone. Another look, another few seconds, another gone. Because nothing inside you will confirm it. Nothing ever learned how. Being seen is the only thing standing between you and one question. Am I enough? You developed a self-respect that always needs a witness. Every room you walk into, you're auditioning. Every relationship is a confirmation. Not for applause, for proof of existence.
Why? Because you love to be loved. How do I fix that? I don't know. When you want to say yes, you just say no.
Would you like a ride to this party? You want to go to the bathroom? You able to do this and not tell anybody?
Yes.
Your dad left, but the feeling of being left alone stayed with you. You were too young to understand why, so you decided it was you. You were wrong, but nobody told you that. And every man since has walked into that story without knowing it exists. They don't know the job. Prove it wasn't you. They always fail. It was never their job to do. So you hand it to the next one, then to next one, then Nate. Nate, who looks at you like you're everything. Nate, who makes you feel chosen. Nate, who is also with Maddie. Your best friend. You know. You have always known. But knowing and stopping are two different things when the alternative is going back to the silence. Back to the question. To lose his attention is to lose only answer you have, even a wrong one, because he sees you and uses you. But for a while, you stop asking it. Validation is the only language you were taught for belonging, by a mother who loved you more when you were easy, by a father who left anyway, by a world that praised you for how you looked and asked nothing about how you felt, even from places that hurt you, even from people who are using you. The alternative is silence of being left alone. And silence means sitting with the thing you have been running from your whole life. Every boy, every hallway, every room. Because you were asking the wrong people. Your emotional stability has lived in the other people's hands since you were old enough to read a room. You feel what the room feels. You collapse when there is no one there for you. Because nobody ever taught you how to be with yourself. And you don't know how. Nobody ever showed you. And then, one day, you stop fighting for the attention. You start selling it. Not for the money, for the constant flow of attention. The attention that silences your tensions. Now you have the purpose, self-worth, and endless attention. So you can't be left alone with it anymore. Your face, your body. For the first time, the world reversed the exact wound you have been surviving your whole life. The validation is measurable now. Thousands of people, thousands of confirmations. One like to the next, one photo to the next. Never stopping, never enough. You want to believe it answers it. You need to believe it answers it. It doesn't. Am I enough? They say yes. Loudly, constantly, endlessly. And it still doesn't answer it.